who are studying in a medical field, and those students can't able to remember this stuff. So that's why I'm posting this video for you guys only. So let's talk about the hypoglycemia. Why the hypoglycemia happen in your body? So first of all, we're talking about hypoglycemia. First of all, just think about the hypoglycemia. It's about the sugar level. So what happened in your body? First of all, when your sugar level is like 100 in the morning, and then it suddenly drop within a few hours. So you feel hypoglycemia after like few hours after the morning time. So what happened when you wake up? And let's talk about the hypoglycemia and see what kind of the symptoms we can see. First of all, you will see the persons who are not eating the food properly. We can see a hypoglycemia in those patients, and we first of the symptoms we can see is the hunger. So the, there are two symptoms: early symptoms and late symptoms. So let's talk about the early symptoms, and the first symptoms is the hunger. The person will feel a very hunger. He wanna eat something, and he feel like he wanna eat something, and like stomach noise and those kind of stuff. So we can say like stomach noise. Then we will see the person who are not eating properly get a headache. So you might see in which stage you can see a headache. Actually, headache is the problem with central nervous system. So that's why we can see the headache in the late stage. So it will come in the late stage. Now we're talking about the second symptoms. The person who are not eating properly have hypoglycemia, can feel hungry all the times and feel like a stomach noise, and also will feel anxiety, like depression and those stuff. So maybe get an anxiety, and due to the anxiety, patient will also feel like sweating, because all the times he try to breathe faster, so sweating, and he will breathe very faster. So that's why we can see a tachycardia also. So let's talk about tachycardia also. When you see a tachycardia of the person and these kind of the stuff, and what do you think, guys? What else can be seen in the initial phase? Like we can see a pallor, because the person are not eating food properly. That's why we can see a pallor. What else we can see? For example, like if anybody not eating properly, we can see like a dizziness, so like sweating, like pallor, all those kind of the stuff. So we can see the person has no blood, so that's why pallor, and kind of dizziness. Also, if the patient or person don't have a food properly, nutrition properly, that's why he feel a fatigue. Also, some students have a problem about the remembering about the late stage hypoglycemia. So we are talking about the late stage. The most of the symptoms we can see in the head, surrounding your head. Like if your blood level, your sugar level doesn't reach to your brain, you can feel a headache. You can also feel like double vision. Also, you can see the persons usually doing a slur speech. Slur speech. Also, what else we can see is the like patient can able to coordinate. Right. So like if those all symptoms you can see in the late stage, just because of the central nervous system problem. We can also see the patient can able to concentrate because the sugar level is down, so we can see concentration problem. And the other symptoms we can see is the drowsiness. So these all symptoms would be like headache, double vision, slurred speech, concentration problem, and drowsiness. Drowsiness. These all symptoms can be seen in the late stage, where the hunger, anxiety, sweating, tachycardia, pallor, dizziness, fatigue, and fear also, because patient will feel fear because he has no food, so he will start like fear. Sometimes patient cries or weepiness, so patient will see a weeping, and sometimes emotional, so get a emotions problem, so emotional or irritated. Those kind of the symptoms we can see in this one. And also, if we talk here, if you think more about it, we can see depression or mood change. But depression, yeah, mood change. And we can see a depression that is happening in the late stage. So what happened, you can see these all symptoms which are happening in the central nervous system. These all are symptoms can be seen in the in the early phase. And now guys, whatever I am talking of here is from the NPTE book. It's about the NPTE book for physiotherapy, and I'm reading those symptoms. Like you can see early symptoms like a pallor, trembling, sweating, anxiety, tachycardia, dizziness, fatigue, weakness, poor coordination. Those are all symptoms like hunger, anxiety, sweating, tachycardia, pallor, dizziness, all just because the patient has a low blood sugar. Now, what kind of the late side, like nervousness, headache, blood vision, double vision, slurred speech, drowsiness, and inability to concentrate, and loss of the consciousness and coma. So we can also see a coma in this condition, because ultimately in the last stage the patient will go into the coma. So this is all about your remembering. Just whatever the symptoms come in the brain, like double visions or like speech, like slurred speech, like concentration problem, like drowsiness, depression, and coma. Now some people have a problem with the dizziness and depression and drowsiness. Why dizziness happen in the early stage and drowsiness happen in the late stage? For that, dizziness, you can remember like dizzy doctor, dizzy doctor. So what you can do in dizzy doctor? Dizzy doctor is in the first stage. Dizzy doctor feel a dizziness, and doctor, yani doctor means drowsy. So we can say like drowsy. So patient would be drowsy in the second stage, and in the first stage, patient will feel a dizziness. So that's all for today, guys. If you like my video, please subscribe and like my videos, and just support me. For the students who are working very hard, I'm also working hard for you to remember a new technique to remove all the symptoms. And it's not about the business, but it's just about the educational purpose. So don't take it an other way. Thank you so much and have a good day, guys.